Before we get started, make sure to turn on post notification and subscribe to the channel.
What is going on, guys? It's Sports Entertainment here, back with some more news. Join us now as Sports Entertainment looks at the wildest news stories and rumors you need to know, including Paul Heyman bringing back a banned term and AJ Styles almost had to change his name. Be sure to subscribe and hit that notification bell for daily wrestling videos. Our first story looks at Paul Heyman bringing back a banned term. Vince McMahon is notorious for being very peculiar about certain things, and because of that, over the years, certain terms or phrases have been blacklisted. Wrestlers have often come out and confirmed that there are certain words they can and cannot say. The WWE Universe are very rarely referred to as fans, and championships are always called titles and never belts, as Vince is adamant that a belt is something that keeps your pants up. However, the strangest banned term in WWE is the word wrestling or wrestler. Despite the fact that they are a wrestling company, with the word wrestling in the name of the company itself, it's a phrase that Vince has had on the blacklist for some time. The reason for that is because he views WWE as an entertainment company, with WWE being in the sports entertainment business, not the wrestling business. Therefore, it's a phrase that has rarely been said for many years. It's one of the stupidest rules that WWE has in place, but thankfully that appears to be changing. The current build-up for the feud between Randy Orton and Edge has seen the word wrestling thrown around a lot. Orton challenged Edge to a straight-up wrestling match, and WWE is currently marketing their upcoming Backlash bout as one that could be the greatest wrestling match ever. Even though that tagline has been ridiculed online by fans because of how often WWE is throwing the phrase down our throats, the reason behind it is because Paul Heyman is bringing the word wrestling back. According to Wrestling Observer, it's Paul Heyman himself who is pushing for this branding as a way of bringing the term back, which is why it has started to be used a lot more frequently across all the brands. Heyman has been working as the Raw executive director for several months now, and therefore he has a lot more say creatively on what the entire company does than he has previously. This is certainly something he feels passionately about, and is something a lot of WWE fans will also be happy with. So even though the branding of the match might seem silly, it's being done for good reason. Speaking of banned terms and words WWE doesn't want to use, something the company used to do a lot in the past is change a wrestler's name. Whenever they would come in from other promotions, they often altered the name to something else. Someone like Kenta had his name switched to Hideo Itami, while Prince Devitt was made into Finn Balor, and Tommy End became Aleister Black. Sometimes the name changes are actually better and make them sound like a bigger superstar, and other times the name change does hurt them. This is done because WWE likes to own the name that makes them a star. This is because if they end up leaving the company, they wouldn't be able to use that name that made them a star. WWE even likes to change wrestlers' names during their career now, with the company having a tendency to shorten things. The likes of Andrade Almas, Mustafa Ali, Buddy Murphy, and Apollo Crews have all had their names chopped and changed over the years. However, certain wrestlers have been able to keep their names in recent years, with people like Samoa Joe being able to continue with the name everyone knew them as. Another name who kept their name was AJ Styles. AJ was a very well-known name prior to joining WWE, hence why he was immediately brought into the main roster and got such a monstrous pop on his debut at the Royal Rumble. However, during his latest stream on Mixer, the former WWE champion revealed that the company was going to change his name. AJ Styles was a name synonymous with TNA. This is where he became a major star, and because he was the face of the company for so many years, everyone thought of the company when they heard his name. This is why WWE was considering a name change for him, with AJ stating, "Triple H was like, hey man, you may not be able to keep AJ Styles. We may have to give you another name." Whether that was because WWE didn't want to use the TNA name, or because there was worries over copyright issues like WWE had with Matt Hardy, hence why he became Woken and not Broken, is unclear. However, AJ stated that he was happy to change his name if that's what WWE wanted, as he just wanted to join the company. But he noted to Triple H that he has a giant AJ tattooed onto his body, and obviously fans would instantly see that and potentially chant his old name. Whether this was the reason why AJ got to keep his name is unknown, but it was certainly a wise decision on WWE's behalf to keep AJ Styles with that name. When the company changes the name of a wrestler that fans know, the WWE Universe can be very picky about things. When Bray Wyatt first debuted as that gimmick, the fans ridiculed him by chanting Husky Harris constantly. And Lord Tensai had the same issue as well, with fans just remembering him as A-Train or Albert. If WWE had changed the name of someone as well known as AJ Styles, that would certainly have happened, as diehard fans love him so much. However, because AJ's career has been so good in WWE, the decision to keep his name turned out to be perfect. Most wrestling fans now will instantly associate AJ Styles with WWE rather than TNA because he's had so much success. Well, he would no doubt have gotten over and become a big star even if his name was switched to something else. It's great that he got to do it with the name he's had throughout his career. But there you have it, guys, the wildest news stories and rumors you need to know. Be sure to leave your comments down below. Subscribe if you haven't already, follow us on Twitter, and I'll see you next time on some more Sports Entertainment.